Well, I have another thing about the Army actually that I was going to talk about, which kind of talks about this, which is just around like the indoctrinating, I guess, is the
see the most
PC
recent
version
commercial?
of.
Oh, you weren't here last night with me and Henry?
This is what I wanted to bring up. Henry told me about it.
Oh my God.
Do you want to talk about the commercial?
Go ahead, yeah.
Well, so I was just talking to your brother about this Army commercial, and it's a commercial that makes war look like a video game and asks you what character you want to be.
It's a hero shooter is what it is.
Yeah, it's Call of Duty, it's Halo.
It's Apex Legends. There's these different types of guys, or it's Outriders, and do you want to be the provider? That's the cook, the front man. It's like choose your type of character.
It makes it like a video game. And then I was looking at I just went down a rabbit hole of other Army commercials, and they're almost all shot like video games or movie trailers with the voice and the music and the helicopters looking really cool, and everyone's pretty attractive in the military. And I don't know why, but the parallel I thought of is grooming. You're not allowed to, if you're 28, talk to a 17-year-old and then sleep with her when she turns 18. But you are, if you're 28, allowed to talk to a 16-year-old, a 17-year-old about joining the military, show them a bunch of propaganda, basically, and then get them to sign up to be a soldier.
Yep. And
which
so this
seems, let's call it more damaging.
Yeah. So it's the same thing. A lot of people misunderstand advertising for alcohol, cigarettes when they were more advertised, and the Army. This isn't to 18-year-olds who are making the decision to join the Army. This is the 10-year-olds who are deciding that Budweiser... It was
on the NBA, right?
Budweiser's the king of beers. I remember the Budweiser commercials that I remember are the ones with the frogs from when I was little. And I thought, no joke, that Budweiser was objectively the best beer. It was just obvious to me that other beers were not. And because they had better... They didn't convince any 25-year-olds.
Yeah.
With the
frog? With the frogs?
They're not advertising.
Why, sir?
18-year-olds are not falling for this fake Grand Theft Auto thing. But 13-year-olds are building that into their worldview such that it gets baked in a way that is unquestioned. And they don't think war is like a video game, but they think that it's glamorous in a certain, and it's messed up. I believe the amount that they spend, I could be totally off on this, but it was like over $200 million a year.
In advertising?
Yes, and that might even be, I might be confusing. Plus what they get from Hollywood, where they give Hollywood access to tanks and stuff for their movies, and then they get final edit on Hollywood movies.
Yeah, if you want to use a piece of U.S. Army equipment in your movie, then your movie has to be approved by the U.S. military.
Yeah. It's, obviously there's times where war is necessary, unquestioned. It's just a shame that the way that we get people to participate in it is by essentially glamorizing it for young kids that then don't think to go back and question it when they enter. And then we make them sign a binding contract.
Yeah. Well, this was me, man. I almost went to the CIA, and I thought the Army was awesome. I thought the U.S. only did good things and that I could be James Bond. And now that I'm older, I have multiple acquaintances that are really messed up from serving, like maybe for life. They have PTSD and trauma, and it's that's not to say we shouldn't ever go to war. That's not to say we shouldn't have a military, but I do think that they did not know what they were signing up for.
I wonder, there's places like Korea where unless you are a pop star or you can get a very specific exemption, all the StarCraft gamers have to go because they're not popular enough.
Yeah. Even the UFC fighters have to go. The pro athletes have to go. Yeah.
And so
Israel the same way.
I'm wondering if they glamorize it the same way, or if they even have to. It's like, we don't need to sell this to you. This is a duty. It's not going to be fun. I've never lived in Korea, so I don't know. Justin, do you have any idea? Have you?
Yeah, I don't think anyone likes it.
Okay, but so here's not so they like it. In America,
people think the military is
there's a lot of propaganda. Is there a lot of propaganda?
I wouldn't know about the propaganda, but I know that there's a lot of pressure to go, and there's a lot of pressure to not dodge it.
Yeah.
Because there are ways to dodge it. You can either gain a bunch of weight and get too fat, or you can, if you have a lot of money, obviously.
Or have some sort of injury.
Yeah, there's
flat
ways,
feet in the U.S.
Yeah, there's ways to get out, but it's heavily frowned upon, so it's that societal pressure.
Interesting.
I know is one of the things that keeps people...
So it's totally possible that it's just similar but a different emotional mechanism, that being duty/shame as opposed to thrill, excitement, and prestige.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's also way more of a collectivist society than the U.S. Like, you don't have to necessarily convince like the individual. It's more like everyone else is doing it. So.
I think that's what Israel's like too. It's more about protecting the homeland for them. Than it is about being
all you can be.
Yeah, what's like?
Well, dude, our phrase was it was an army of one for a long time, right? I mean, how much? If you had to guess, like which country came up with that motto, you would not guess Korea.
Yeah.
you would.
No, people want to be Jack Bauer.
Yeah,
they want to be John Wick. They want to be this cool badass who's going out there killing bad guys and saving good guys and being the hero. And that's what we're told happens when you join the military.
For sure.
And then you get a lifetime of PTSD.
Well, and I had it's just worth saying that with any category as broad as the military, I had a cousin who joined the Coast Guard. It was a great decision for him. He didn't see action. He learned a really valuable skill. He came out. He works in the private sector drone industry now.
No, I'm 100% positive. There's a lot of people that join the military and are really glad they did.
Yeah.
Maybe because they had a good experience, maybe because they had a terrible experience, but they think it was their duty. I'm not saying we should shut down our military. I was just noticing that we advertise it like it's a video game. And it's just weird to me that you can target 13-year-olds with it.
Yep. Hope that you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to see more like this and have us do more podcasts, we are 100% funded by our generous patrons. And if you'd like to contribute, there's a link in the description, and we'll have one pop up on the screen right here so that we can do more podcasts where we have fun conversations and hopefully some deep ones like this. Either way, hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.